Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, you can hear me. Oh my gosh. Hey. Wow, okay. So you mean to tell me I have been talking all along and you guys couldn't even hear me? Man. Okay, well, should we start again? So did you guys see the clip that I posted? So first of all, I'm talking about Ardee and the clip, the interview that he did with ZZ Mills. Come on, reload, reload, reload. Okay, okay, okay. Let me reload because thank you for letting me know, by the way, because I was chatting away like I was in my element. I was in my element. Okay, let me replay the video so that we are all on the same page. Right, let's go. Let's go. Reload.
About all my spiritualism and manifesting and things like that. That all comes from her, and she practices witchcraft, not in a way that they're going to clip this and try to say that my mum's doing juju or anything like that, but like stones and things like that.
Which actually a lot of people do nowadays, manifesting in the crystals and all that.
Exactly, crystals and things like that. So the way I always say, like, nothing's ever really hit me too tough because I know that everything, the reason why I'm here is because I've manifested it and I'm meant to be here and it feels natural. She's the same. So it's nice to have a member of my family that's been around me that also believed so well to the point where she's not that phased either. Obviously, I've got...
Okay, are we in? Are we in? Can you guys hear this? Cool. So that was Ardee and his interview with ZZ Mills. Now this clip everybody has been talking about because he said some things that was a bit like, oh, okay, like his mom practicing witchcraft. But then he says, not juju, like not what people are going to twist it as what people think. So here's my thing, right? If I was ZZ, I would have asked him, like, what is the difference between juju and witchcraft? By the way, if anybody knows, like, please let me know, because I wanted to do the live so that I can interact with you guys, because if you guys have been watching me from like way back when I've done story times, like, I do not play with that type of stuff. At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, witchcraft, juju is the practice. You're practicing the same thing, and also you're bringing in manifestation. So is it that your mom just so believes so much so that you was always going to be a star, that she kind of put it out into the atmosphere and put it out in the universe, as people call it, and she just believed in you so much that she pushed you and she just put it out, and the universe listened and believed, and from how you were predestined, you was always going to be a star, Ardee. You was always going to be a star. Or is she practicing, or is she a witch? Because juju and witchcraft, to me, is the same thing. It's like when Jay Hus came out that he was practicing juju, because now he's saying that it's not as people going to twist it. I think from my understanding, when people think about juju, they think about like the chanting and like in Africa and how they just slaughter things and bloods and all of this and all of that. And people try to glamorize witches, and there's the white witches and there's the black witches. And I just don't think sitting down glamorizing witchcraft is good. Like, do you get it? Like, because it's not, like, at the end of the day, you have millions of people following you and thinking that, wow, okay, like, I want to be famous, like, I want to do this, so let me see, like, maybe I should start practicing. How should I start doing that? But the thing people have to understand, whether you believe it or not, at the end of the day, for somebody who he clearly obviously believes in it because his mom practices it, you're opening spiritual doors, you're opening doors that you have no right opening, and you don't even know what you're allowing to come in through your gates, or what you're allowing to come into your space, into your atmosphere. Like, you don't know what doors you are opening. You don't even probably know what your mum is doing. Like, all you know is that she's speaking to you about manifestation, and yes, that's something that's been so glamorized, witchcraft, and that's something that is being so glamorized. Like, you don't know what sacrifices have been made, because when you're talking about witchcraft, you have to go in deep. Okay, who is being sacrificed? Because as far as I'm concerned, there is sacrifice that goes into it. So it was quite interesting, like, that he really like went into detail about that, and Zizi just kind of like swoop swoop. Okay, yeah, like everybody's doing that now, like crystals. And who's everybody? Who, please? Because ain't nobody doing no crystals up in here. Who is everybody? Please, let's not try to turn things that are evil and try to turn them into something good. Like, no, like, let's not do that. Like, the world is already evil as it is, and a lot of people are suffering with a lot of things that they don't even have answers to, and you don't know what is being practiced. You don't know what where your name is being called. You don't know who is taking that what's that doll thing that they call, you know, that doll that they poke, oh, what's it called? That doll. You don't know who's picking up that doll and turning that doll into you, and then juking you, and you're just going through like some type of, you know, mental disturbance, or you can't sleep at night. Like, you know, some people, like, you can't sleep at night properly. Like, you're constantly having nightmares. You're constantly dreaming about the same thing. It's being repetitive, dreaming about, yeah, the voodoo doll. That's it. You're constantly dreaming about snakes, or you're constantly like, you know, but people don't pay attention to these things. Just because your mom has been manifesting, quote unquote, or your mom has been practicing witchcraft, and you've been successful, or just because you're successful and you're associating that with witchcraft, that does not mean that no, like, you've not been exposed to anything that can bring harm to you. Because at the end of the day, for anybody who is religious or anything like that, but when you look at the Bible, and Satan was just like, if you bow down to me, Jesus, I will give you everything. Okay, you see, all of this and its glory, I will give it to you. But there had to be a sacrifice. He had to do something to you. He had to give his way, his right, away his right. You know, he had to submit himself. He had to lay everything down so that he can gain the whole world. He can gain the wealth. He can gain all of it. And there's a lot of people, you know, like a lot of these celebrities, you always hear about some type of sacrifice that they have done. So my only thing with this is, like, if you're gonna sit down and you're gonna talk about your witchcraft and your mom being a witch, because people who practice witchcraft are witches. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's not glamorize it. Let's not, I mean, he's what, 19, 21? I don't know. He's young, yeah, with a very, very young audience. So let's not pull people into that space, because when they're going to be suffering, you're not going to be there to pull them out and tell them, oh, you opened the door, let me show you how to close that door. You're not going to be there to do that. That's crazy to me. I personally found that really wild. That, you know, I think it's great how successful he is, and I think it's great that his mum, you know, so much so believed in him and whatnot. But at the same time, like, yo, that was mad. That was scary. Okay, so let's move on. We're not going to be long here, probably like just half an hour, because I just wanted to speak to you guys. So let's move on, because I don't know what is going on with Trend Central and Castillo, but Castillo has been he's done a video and exposing Trend Central and Ardee, who is the director of well, he's the founder, really, isn't he, of Trend Central, Backchat. Oh, what was that other show again? If you guys watch Backchat, so he is the founder of all of that, which Castillo was in. So now the other day, I'm just there like on my phone, and I'm seeing like videos and talking, and Castillo like talking about my show. There's a new show that's going to be coming out, which I think I even commented on. It looks like it's going to be great. It looks like it's going to be fire. They've been working really, really hard. Now Castillo played this was on his social media, and he played this.
To give, bro. He's just running out of names to give, bro. Giving up Zizi's name soon, bruv. Give him back. Don't do that, bruv. Don't do that, bruv. You're surviving off our show, bruv. All your other shows is dead on that channel, bruv. That channel is dead, bruv. The only thing you got is that, bruv. Don't be telling on that, bruv. Don't do that, bruv. I got some cheese here for you, bruv. I got that cheese, bruv. I got that cheese for you, bruv. Don't worry, bruv. Just don't tell all that, bruv. This could all be fixed, bruv. Just pay me my money, bruv. Just pay me the money you got for teeth in my things, bruv. That's all you gotta do, bruv. Like I said, I got that cheese for you, bruv. I got that cheddar. I got that Leicester cheddar, bruv. I got everything, bruv. I got what you need, bruv.
Not the cheese. Castillo, I cannot with you. I can't. He's got the cheese, he's got the cheddar, he's calling them rats and all sorts. Like, okay, so if you guys want to know the full story, he has put out a video exposing what's happened, and I watched the full thing. The thing about Castillo, right, is one thing I like about him is that he's real. Yeah, like he's not afraid to kind of talk about his past, where he's come from. I think for anybody who has watched and followed him, even from when he was in backchat, he was, you know, he always shared his personal life and his journey. And it's one of those where it's like, it is what it is. Like, this is who I am. This is where I've come from. And he's never really been afraid to let's say, like, expose himself or like kind of reveal like who he is and where he has come from. And so what he was saying, Castillo moving cheesy. Okay, I'm gonna come to that. So what he was saying, that for you guys who haven't watched, I'll just give you like a little backstory, but go ahead and watch it because I think this is gonna be ongoing. Because yeah, I don't know where this is going to end. So he had an idea, okay? He had an idea of doing like an X, sit down with an X. First of all, that idea is not original. So because there is already a show like that. So if we're gonna fight about an idea that you had, I understand that you obviously went somewhere, went to a production company to produce the show for you, but the idea itself is not original. It's like sitting down with the ex. I can't remember what the show on. I think it's on Channel 4. I don't know if anybody has watched it, but I love watching that show. And you know, it's not original. But anyway, he went to Trend Central. And, or allegedly, he didn't want to say the name, and he basically proposed the idea to him. He was just like, yo, listen, I've got this show, I've got the people, I've got an ex, and you know, I wanted to be raw, I wanted to be captured. And he was basically saying to his ex, like, when we do this, like, don't sign anything. And he didn't want to sign anything, like. And then what happened is, he cut long story short, he saw a trailer that came out, and it was basically the idea that he spoke to Trend Central about. Okay, this is from his side of the story. So I'm just kind of trying to package it the way that I understood it, you know? It was a long video, but just a small part that I got. So then when the trailer came out, he was just like, yo, like, this is kind of what I spoke to you about. And there was now conversating, they were going back and forth, and there were messages that was being like sent, and this is kind of what he was posting. He basically just put out like messages that was discussed between himself and the company. His thing is, I did not give you consent to put this on your channel. I did not give you consent to release this. This is not your idea. Like, this is my idea. Okay, so those are kind of what he's been putting online. Ardee hasn't yet so far responded to that. Oh, okay, hold on. No, just the trailer. I just went on and I was just like, there's something on there. Nothing on there, just the trailer. So he hasn't yet responded anything about it. Now you're saying like Castillo is moving cheesy, just be a man and take the L, which I kind of get. But Castillo's point is like, you man probably thought that you could get away with it. Like you could steal somebody's idea and then nobody's going to speak on it. Maybe because they are bigger now, you know, they're doing really, really well. Like they are bigger now, and like nobody's really going to like listen, and they can just like take people's ideas or whatnot. I think it's a bit mad, especially like if you've worked with the people, bearing in mind, you guys, he was on Backchat, they've worked together, and I'm gonna be honest, like I've heard some things about Backchat that is like on set. I don't know. People have not really been happy. Like people that have gone on there wouldn't really go back again. And I don't think that's a good sign. I feel like from when the first, you know, like the first batch, like was on Backchat, like when it first came out, after that, it just started going a bit sideways. Like I don't think that, I don't know, like it just the energy is like not the same. Like people wouldn't really be happy to go back on there. Now I don't know what is being done like behind the stage and all of that stuff and behind the scenes. And what Castillo was even saying is that there was a clip on there where he was talking about his child. I believe he's got a child that he found out, and they wanted to use it because they were saying that, nah, this is going to make good TV. This is going to make good TV. But Castillo was just like, but that's a bit personal. Do you get it? Like, I don't want personal information to be on there. He wanted to have control of the show. He wanted to have control of production. He wanted to have control of it. So I don't know what you guys think, man. I just think based on the fact that they've worked together before, something has obviously not been done well, like something has gone wrong somewhere. The NDA, yes, there is something else. I don't know if anybody knows the name of it. There is something else that you can kind of sign, which is not an NDA, but it's something else. Like if I sit down with you and I tell blah, and I tell you about an idea and you sign this, basically you can't run with the idea. It's not an NDA, it's something else. I can't remember the name, but it's something else. And I just think if nothing was signed, then it's just kind of like word of mouth then, isn't it? It's just like your word against my word. Like, how is he going to prove really and truly, apart from the going back and forth like messages, that they kind of stole the whole idea? That's my thing. I don't know. And also what he's saying, like Trend Central trying to be like, well, we've got the rights to it, basically. Like they own it now. Like they've got the rights to it. I think it's a bit cheeky and it's a bit mad though. Like as soon as I turn my back, like you carry on with it anyway. And then they were trying to send him like a contract or something like that, and it's kind of like, what do you mean? Like saying, oh, thank you for the interview that you did, and it's just like, nah, like it's a bit messy, and I'll be sad if this is exactly what Trend Central has done, because I think they've built a really, really great platform. I think people, especially from the Black community, have trusted them because they have done something for the community that carried a level of excellence that people enjoyed, like especially with Blue Therapy. And I think this is going to be the next big thing after Blue Therapy. And I think people really, really enjoyed Blue Therapy. It was done so well. There was so much professionalism, so much excellence. The acting was sick. It was dope. It was on point. So now this next big thing that is about to come out, people are really looking forward to it. And if it was done dirty, I think it would take away from the integrity of it. And then it would be a shame, because it's kind of like, oh, here we go again. Black people just cannot do anything without any type of, do you get it? Like this is a type of juju that we don't, you know, like you just have to do things with darkness in it. That's also witchcraft, you know. all that darkness, all that lie, deceit, and all of this. Like, please, can we just do things like clean? Do you know what I mean? Can we do it clean, like transparent? Well, like if that's someone's idea and they come to you, they're gonna pay you, they just need you to produce this show, can you just give them their flowers? Like, just give it to them. Just produce the show, have your contracts, and let it be done. So like, why does it have to be snaky? Why does it have to be like, I don't understand. I think that would be a bit mad, though. That will be a bit mad because, I mean, Castillo is putting out all of the receipts, to be honest. He's pulling out all of the receipts, and yeah, it's not looking good at all. I don't know what you guys think, but personally for me, I just kind of feel like I don't like it when things are done dirty because it just kind of takes away from, the enjoyment. One of the letters is just like, please find the attached central consent form. Please read through the information. They wanted him to sign this, which he never did. Now his ex that he was supposed to be in a show with sent them an email saying, thank you for providing proof of contract. I did not agree to be interviewed for a series called Full Disclosure. The show I pitched to Project Gorilla was called Meeting with My Ex with blah, 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 which was filmed back in July. I do not agree with any of the terms listed in the contract provided, and therefore I do not give my consent. So what it looks like that has happened is that they've kind of twisted the plot a little bit. Do you get it? So another one, it has been brought to my attention that a video that Castillo and I filmed together has been aired on your YouTube channel by yourselves and Andy without a release form or consent form being signed. I have not given you or Andy permission to air this footage privately or publicly or in any form of social media platform. Yourself and Andy completely violating my privacy rights. I'm deeply offended by this. I kindly ask that you remove the video, or I will not hesitate to take this matter further. It's getting a bit messy, man. It's getting messy. It's getting messy. But yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't like it. Exactly. That's what he needs, to man up and take the L and learn from it. He definitely needs to learn on it. But I'm just like, no, don't take the L. If it's your right, like, go get it. Go get it. Because that's not right. Like, they need to be called out for it at the end of the day. If it's true, then they do need to be called out for it. But if it's not true, then yeah, Castillo, take your L in it. Next time, don't just go and speak to somebody and you haven't got anything to sign to say, listen, from when I leave this room, you cannot speak about this, you cannot do this, you cannot do that, and this is what I consent to, this is what I do not consent to. Have your paperwork, they have their paperwork, and that's it. Done. Do you know what? That's why people don't want to work with Black people. It's a shame. Like, every time we try and level up, like, something always brings us back down. Something always tries and brings us back down. And it's always ourselves, to be honest. Trend Central are moving mad, bruv. Big man thing. Bruv. They are moving mad. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed interacting with you guys. I'm gonna love you and leave it there, and I will be back. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do hit the subscribe button. Please don't go and practice witchcraft, okay? Like, don't do that. Don't open doors that you have no business opening, okay? And make sure that your notification bell is switched on so that you are notified whenever I post.